Welcome to Blossom Your Creativity. My name is Debbie, and I'm glad you're here. This is a DIY channel. I do some faux foods, so if this is your jam, you're in the right place, and let's get creative together. If you like what I do throughout the video, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's free, so let's get started. Well, looky here, I'm participating in a Fruit Bee Open Challenge, and this is hosted by Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun, Charlene from the Crafty Art Shack, and our co-host is Kay from At Home with Kay. So this challenge is called Recreation Inspiration. So we're just supposed to recreate something from another crafter who inspired us. So let's see what I am inspired by and what I'm going to create. So I was inspired by this cute little cupcake. Now mine's not exactly the same, but it's just in the inspiration, right? So I was inspired by Jen, and I found her on Etsy. She's the owner of Faux Adorable Designs. And here's my take on what she made. So we're going to start off with this cute little cup from the Dollar Tree, a half of a styrofoam ball, that King's Gold paint, some sprinkles, some glitter, some bees, and I had my little paint pen, but I don't think I used it after all. And of course my faux whip. So the first thing to do is sand a little bit of that cup so it will take the paint, and that's really important. So I got to use the white to get rid of that red because it's a really hard color to cover. So now I'm going to make my little cherry out of this stem that I had sitting around, and the cherry is just basically a styrofoam ball that came from Christmas time, I believe, and I just stuck that little stem in there. And then you see I painted the cup in that King's Gold, and now I'm going to take some of this black and white check ribbon. I didn't show that in the initial picture, but I am using that. That came from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just going to wrap that all the way around just to give it some different color variety on the cup. I thought I should have just stuck with a white cup, but I didn't like the look of it, so that's why I went ahead and used the King's Gold. So once I have my ribbon all the way around, now I'm going to work, and I used the super glue because nothing else was sticking. So now I'm going to go ahead and attach my half of styrofoam ball to the top of the cup using that same super glue, and then before I do that, I'm going to stick a little wood piece or the little block. That way it gives it some weight at the bottom, so they're not always tipping over, because you know when you use faux whip, it's very lightweight. So that was the reason for the block inside there. Now that I have my foam ball attached, styrofoam ball attached, now we're going to go ahead and use the faux whip, and all that is lightweight spackle. I just mix it up really good, so it gives it that consistency of like frosting, and I keep it in this little Tupperware bowl, and it will stay good, and it's not going to get hard or anything as long as you keep it in an airtight container. So I'm just going around with my little spatula. I got that from the Dollar Tree as well. It's in the makeup section, and it works really good to use the faux whip on it. And I'm just going to go around and cover that entire styrofoam ball. And I thought about using a pastry bag with a tip, but it's such a small project. I thought I don't want to waste a bag on that, so I'm just using it and applying it in this fashion. But you can do it the way you want. In my inspiration picture, she did use a frosting tip, so she got a better look, I believe. So now I'm going to add my little cherry that I made earlier, and isn't that cute? And then I'm going to put this little bee, and those little bees, I believe, came from Amazon, and they have like a little sticky part on it. And now I'm going to put these faux little beads on. And at first I thought I could just sprinkle with my hands, but that wasn't going to work. So I just took my little dotting tool. I don't remember where I got that, but then I put the rest of my sprinkles on, and I had my bead on the stem, and then I moved it to the cherry itself. Now I'm just adding this really pretty glitter. It's really dark purple, but it almost looks black, and I wanted a black look because of the bee. And I think it turned out super cute. Again, it doesn't look exactly like the inspiration picture, but it doesn't have to be. It's just whatever inspires us, and then we make it our own. Now I'm going to add some little daisies to the cup itself, just to give it some more depth of color and interest. And it's done. Isn't this cute? I just love it. I love how it turned out, and I have my other bee items behind it. All right, my inspiration number 2, this cute little picket fence. And I want to apologize, I didn't get the person's information. I snapped a picture and forgot to get the person's name, but it came from Pinterest. Okay, for this one, I'm going to use this light blue, the white chalk paint. I have this, it's not a picket fence, but it will do. I have this greenery stem, this pretty sunflower looking ribbon, and those bees again. So the first thing is to get that painted up white. Then I took that blue and I'm just going over it just a little bit, and then I'm taking a wet napkin, and I'm kind of taking off some of that blue because I just want it to be light, kind of in the background. And then I will also sand it a bit so that the original color comes through. I wanted to make it look kind of weathered, so I got a little bit of blue paint in there. So I'm just taking my my paintbrush, and I just, with a little bit of water, I was able to remove that. So here I am just taking my nail file from the Dollar Tree, and that wood piece is from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just taking that off. I want it to be more of a weathered look. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add those, once I'm done dabbing around, those little daisy looking. And at first I was just going to use those, but I thought it would be nice to have a color contrast behind. So I found this other piece of little daisies, different colors. So I'm going to add that white and yellow daisy on top of the colored one underneath. Now first I put the tacky glue on, and of course I let it sit for a little while, and when I came back it still would not hold. So I don't know why it didn't hold very well, so I had to make a change. So now I'm going to put this vine on my little sign, and I'm going to use a series of different sizes because I want to put some wording on it. So I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best way to add these little vines and then the flowers on top. I'm pretty indecisive when I craft, so I do apologize. So here it is. I realized that I'm going to need to use the super glue because the tacky glue just would not give it that quick hold, and I really don't like to use hot glue because a lot of times I get too much and then you can see it underneath. So I opted to use the super glue, and this is the gel, so it doesn't run all over the place. Which is very handy for crafting, although it takes a lot of effort to get it out of the bottle. Okay, now that I have all my flowers where I want them, now I am going to cover up the bottom so that you can't see how some of the stems are not all the way to the bottom of the fence. And I'm just going to put some tacky glue, and then I'm going to add some green moss, kind of make it look like it's grass. And I always keep my moss in a bag within a bag because it is so messy and it gets everywhere. So I'm just simply taking little pieces and adding it to the bottom, and adhering it with the tacky glue. And then you just want to press really good because some pieces don't, get into the tacky glue. And then once you have your moss where you want it, then you want to just do a little trim with some scissors, knock off those little pieces that aren't really attached very well, because if you don't do that, it'll start going everywhere once you start moving it around. So here I'm just trying to get those extra edges, and then I'll use my scissors to give it up a cute little trim. And the rest of the DIY, I missed my filming, but it's okay. You can see the end result. I didn't do a great job on freehanding. I don't have good penmanship, and I just was lazy to go get stickers, so I just freehanded it. And you see I put my little bees all over, and I put the yellow bow. So all in all, I think it was really cute. It's just that I used the fabric or the dimensional paint, and it was really hard to work with as far as writing. So in hindsight, I would have used my letter stickers. All right, well, thank you guys for coming by and seeing what I had to make today, and you guys have an awesome day, and hope to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.